Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. In Vedantasara, in the context of understanding what is Adhyaropa Apavada Nyayaha, the method of the superimposition and negation is a method used by the teacher to reveal, to arrive at the truth. And we saw Vastuni Avastu Aropaha Adhyaropaha. We are still in the process of understanding Adhyaropaha. So superimposition of Avastu upon the Vastu. There we understood Vastu is Satchitanandam Advayam Brahma. And that is going to be elaborately discussed later on. And here, what is Avastu, the teacher picked up and he's been discussing the Avastu. Avastu is that which is neither real nor unreal. So that which is real is meant by the term Sat, and that which is unreal is meant by the word Asat, which means Tucham. And here, that which is neither real nor unreal, that which is neither Sat nor Tucham is Mithya. This Avastu is Mithya. So Sat is that which is always there is Sat. We'll be understanding it later on. And that which does not exist at all is asat, tucham, and mithya is that which is existent, that which is existent only in the present, in the sense that which has no independent existence. So that which has no independent existence, that which has dependent existence is mithya. So that which has dependent existence is as good as non-existent. It is not non-existent, but as good as non-existent. And here it avastu. So what is this avastu? What is that seemingly existent, as though existent, mithya avastu? That is said, prakritihi or ajnanam. Here the author uses the term ajnanam. I said this moola ajnanam or moola avidya, otherwise called prakritihi. And this prakritihi is of two types. In the sense, one prakriti is presented as two, called samashtihi and vyashtihi. We saw that last class. Now we are in understanding this, what is samashti ajnanam. Samashti ajnanam or samashti prakritihi. Samashti ajnanam or samashti prakritihi. And there we also understood this. Just as one individual tree is called vrikshaha, and collection of many trees in a given area put together is meant by a singular noun, forest, a forest, vanam. Just as a multitude of, the accumulation of water, huge amount of water, a water reservoir is called ocean or a jalashaya. Similarly here, samashti ajnanam is nothing but collection of all the ajnanams put together, which means this prakritihi, this ajnanam obtaining in a given individual is vyashti ajnanam. Only matter, one matter alone, obtaining in a given individual is vyashti ajnanam. And the same ajnanam, from the standpoint of all the minds, all the individuals, collectively is known by the term samashti ajnanam. And here the vyashtihi, samashtihi. What is the difference here? Vyashtihi is said to be inferior. We are going to see that later on. Samashtihi is exalted, superior. What is the difference? The collectiveness makes the samashtihi superior. Utkrishta prakritihi. And the individual, the being non-collectiveness or individual, the ajnanam obtaining in a given individual, being part of the collective ajnanam, is said to be inferior. Nikrishta, utkrishta. They're one and the same matter. And a samashti ajnanam is otherwise called samashti ajnanam, the total ajnanam, otherwise called sattva pradhana prakritihi. And vyashti ajnanam is called what? Malina sattva pradhana prakritihi. Vishuddha sattva pradhana prakritihi. Okay, utkrishta prakritihi. Superior or exalted prakritihi. Superior prakritihi. Utkrishta prakritihi. Not only it's utkrishta because of its collectiveness, and it is what? Vishuddha sattva pradhana prakritihi. So samashti ajnanam or samashti prakritihi is utkrishta prakritihi, and utkrishta prakritihi is also what? We say this vishuddha sattva pradhana prakritihi. And vyashti ajnanam is nikrishta prakritihi, inferior we say. It is rajaf pradhana prakritihi, or you can say malina sattva pradhana prakritihi. We make it a short compound, okay? Malina sattva pradhana prakritihi is vyashti ajnanam. I use two words, ajnanam and prakritihi, so that you don't get confused, okay? Both words mean the same. I told you in the very beginning, now we are discussing the original, subtlest matter. Which is the power of consciousness, Brahman. I didn't want to use the term consciousness here, but still I tell you. So prakritihi, we can say prakritihi or ajnanam, the original matter. As samashti ajnanam is sattva pradhana, vishuddha sattva pradhana prakritihi. And vyashti ajnanam is malina sattva pradhana prakritihi. So to make it easy, we can use other two words. Malina sattva pradhana prakritihi, vyashti or vyashti ajnanam is avidya. Vishuddha sattva pradhana prakritihi or samashti ajnanam is called maya. Now vyashti and samashti can be reduced to two different words. Maya, samashti ajnanam is equal to maya. Vyashti ajnanam is equal to avidya. This maya is vishuddha sattva pradhana prakritihi. Avidya is what? Rajaf pradhana prakritihi. Rajaf pradhana prakritihi avidya. Sattva pradhana prakritihi maya. So avidya is vyashtihi, maya is samashtihi. Is it clear? Now it is easy. Don't need to have too many terms, isn't it? Because I introduced the term Prakriti because the word Ajnanam should not make you think of. Because we also use in other context of ignorance, isn't it? Yeah. And here, why this matter Prakriti is known by the term Ajnanam? Because matter is of the nature of inertness, ignorance. Inertness is ignorance. The matter is of the nature of inertness, ignorance. Therefore, it is known by the term Ajnanam. Therefore, Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi or Rajaf Pradhana Prakritihi, otherwise called Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi or Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, Maya or Avidya, Samashtihi or Vyashtihi, matter in general is of the nature of inertness. That is why it's implied by the word Ajnanam, known by the term Ajnanam. Anyway, so we saw all those things last class, and there, this now we have to bring into the picture Ishvaraha and Prajnaha. Who is Ishvaraha? Who is Prajnaha? What is Ishvaraha? It is not the Prakritihi. It is not the Prakritihi. Prakritihi, Maya or Avidya is not known by the word Ishvaraha. Understand? Now, consciousness associated with or manifest in Maya gets the name Ishvaraha, is known by the word Ishvaraha. So consciousness by itself has no name, isn't it? Ishvaraha is the name, or the sort of title, the qualification added to, given to, what now? Consciousness associated with Maya. Shuddha, Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. Sometimes I say Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi or Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. When I say short, it is a compound word. Otherwise, I make it, understand? That's why I wanted to, the word Prakritihi is a feminine gender word. Therefore, Pradhana Prakritihi I said. That's all. Anyway, what I wanted to understand, consciousness manifest in or associated with, it is Maya is Ishvaraha. Which means the Maya serves as a manifesting medium. And the same one and the same consciousness associated with Avidya gets the name Jivaha. Now it is easy for you to remember. Jivaha is also consciousness. Ishvaraha is also consciousness. Two different names given to this one and the same consciousness in keeping with the association of the manifesting medium. It is the association of the manifesting medium. So the consciousness manifest in Avidya, Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, the Vyashti Ajnanam gets the name Jivaha. And consciousness manifest in Samashti Ajnanam or Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, otherwise called Maya, gets the name Ishvaraha. See, I used 3 different words. All the words mean the same. What are 3 words? Samashti Ajnanam, Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, Maya. All the 3 words mean one and the same. Similarly, Vyashti Ajnanam, Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, Avidya mean the same. But consciousness manifest in Maya gets the name Ishvaraha. The same consciousness manifest in Vyashti Ajnanam gets the name Jivaha. Is it clear? Now, before we go there, Vyashti, let us see this. So this Ishvara, now each becomes the manifesting medium. Samashti Ajnanam or Maya as manifesting medium gets the name Upadhihi. It's also what now? Upadhihi. It's called Upadhihi. Similarly, Avidya is also Upadhihi, manifesting medium. So Avidya is Jiva Upadhihi, Maya is Ishvara Upadhihi. So I have to explain the meaning of the word Upadhihi. I'll do it later on. Now we understand this much. Now you can say, so consciousness manifest in Maya Upadhihi is Ishvaraha. It's called Maya Upahitam Chaitanyam Ishvaraha. Understand now? Same way the consciousness manifest in Avidya Upadhihi gets the name Jivaha. So Upahita Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam means consciousness, you know the word. So Maya Upahita Chaitanyam Ishvaraha. So Ishvaraha means, then what are all the attributes of the Ishvaraha? Once Ishvara means, then attributes come. When you say consciousness, we cannot talk about the attributes. Once Ishvaraha, the status comes, then attributes also you can talk about. Therefore, it's called Sagunam. Ishvara is called what now? Sagunaha. Sagunam Brahma. Okay, the Brahman itself manifest in the Maya Upadhi, having the status of being Ishvaraha, the Lord. The Ishvara status becomes what? Sagunam Brahma. Sagunam Brahma is a synonym of the word Ishvaraha. Understand? Ishvaraha. So what are all the attributes Ishvara has? Sarvajnatvam, Sarva Ishvaratvam, no? Sarva Niyantrutvam. 3 gunas, attributes. So, this consciousness manifest in Maya Upadhihi as becomes what? Has these attributes, Sarva Ishvaratvam, Sarvajnatvam, Sarva Niyantrutvam. So Sarvajnaha means Ishvara becomes the omniscient. You can say Sarvajnaha, make it adjective, it will be easy. Sarvajnaha, Sarva Ishvaraha, Sarva Niyanta. I told you already, Sarvajnaha is omniscient. Sarva Ishvaraha, the Lord of everything, all the beings. Then Sarva Niyantritva means the ordainer of all the fruits of actions. The one in whose control everything is. I don't want to use the term controller. Okay, Okay, Sarva Niyanta means ordainer of the fruits of actions. The one who is in the form of law and order. It's called Sarva Niyanta. And this Ishvara, with these attributes, as the omniscient, as the all-knowing, as the ordainer, as the law and order, as a universal law and order, this Ishvara gets some names. What? Jagat, Antaryami, 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 the one who inheres, the one who is inherent. Is Antaryami. Then Jagat Karanam. You can say cause of the universe. Look at this. Cause of the universe. Who is cause of the universe? The cause of the universe is Ishvaraha. Okay. And here the question might come, why is this Ishvaraha known as the cause of the universe? So inhering in everything, Ishvara is not the cause of the universe because of the power of illumining the entire universe. Ishvara is of the nature of illumining everything. Jagat avabhasakatvat. How do we say, why do we say cause of the universe is Ishvaraha? How do we say Ishvara gets the name, the cause of the Ishvara? Jagat. Jagat Karanam status, Jagat Karanatvam. How does Ishvara get? The reason is Jagat Sarva Avabhasakatvam. Ishvara has. Sarva Avabhasakaha means the illuminator of the entire material universe. The one who lends existence to the matter, the material universe, through illumination. Therefore, Ishvara has the status of being the cause of the universe. You have to say it very clearly. Ishvara has the has status of being the Lord. Ishvara, the Lord, has the status of being the cause of the universe because of the nature of illumining, lending existence to the matter and the material universe through illumination. So these are all the things we saw last class, all old lessons. Now you have to remember, so the pure consciousness, now I give it, the pure consciousness without the upadhi, without the maya upadhi, is called nirupadhikam chaitanyam. Nirupadhikam, we say nirupadhikam means what? Devoid of upadhi. Without the upadhi, the consciousness is Brahma, implied by the term Brahma. So Brahman is a word implying the reality, the consciousness. And his consciousness without the upadhi is what? Nirupadhikam. Every class, your extra words. Nirupadhikam. Nirupadhikam without the upadhi, devoid of upadhi. Still, nirupadhikam means pure consciousness without associating it with Maya. nirupadikam. And with upadhi, consciousness with upadhi, associated with upadhi, gets the name Ishvaraha. And Ishvaraha, you can say what now? No, Sopadikam. Sopadikaha Ishvaraha, Nirupadikam Brahma. Sopadikaha Ishvaraha, Nirupadikam Brahma. Consciousness without the upadhi is Nirupadikam Brahma. Consciousness associated with the upadhi is Sopadikaha Ishvaraha. Is it clear? Sa upadhi, nir upadhi. That is fine. So now you know this Sopadikaha Ishvaraha is Sarvagyaha, all-knowing, omniscient. Sarvaniyanta, the one who is in the form of law and order, the ordainer of fruits of actions. And Antaryami, the one who is inherent in all the beings, everything. And Antaryami, Jagat Karanam, is the cause of the universe. The illuminator of the matter and the material universe, or the one who lends existence to the universe through illumination. So all these titles you have learned. Now, we'll take the upadhi alone. Isn't it? Here Maya, the matter alone. Samashti Ajnanam, Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, otherwise called Maya, is it? Is the upadhihi. And as a manifesting medium, this matter, as a manifesting medium, with when does it become manifesting medium? Only when it is associated with the consciousness, isn't it? So this matter with Ishvara, Sopadhika Chaitanyam. Now you see that next word, 39th, let us read the 39th sentence. Ishvarasya Iyam Samashtihi Akhila Karanatvad Karana Shariram Ananda Prachuratvat Koshavat Achadakatvat Anandamaya Koshaha Sarva Uparamatvat Sushuptihi Atayeva Sthula Sukshma Prapancha Layasthanam Iti cha Uchyate. Iyam Samashtihi. Iyam Samashtihi. I don't need to translate the meaning of this word iyam. Iyam is a pronoun, feminine pronoun. This. Iyam Samashtihi. This Samashti Ajnanam. Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. Otherwise called Maya. Iyam Maya. Iyam Samashti. Iyam Maya. Iyam Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. Now as an upadhi, Ishvara upadhi. As an Ishvara upadhi means what? As a manifesting medium of consciousness, Ishvara also has some names. Previous sentence we saw the names of the Ishvara. Different names added to Ishvara. And here we are going to understand different terms used to mean this Maya. See, what are all the words you have? You have to start with Samashti Ajnanam. Samashti Ajnanam becomes the Upadhi, isn't it? For Ishvara. Ishvara, then this Upadhi. What are all the names now is there for this Samashti or Ishvara Upadhi? Maya as Ishvara Upadhi gets different names. Look at this. Karana Shariram. Now what is Karana Shariram? Karana Shariram means Karana Shariram of whom? Ishvara, isn't it? Karana Shariram of this whole universe, if you see as the form of the Lord, body of the Lord, then Karana Shariram. It's called Karana Shariram. It's also Karana Shariram. Karana Shariram means what? The cause. This Maya also becomes the cause. Maya also becomes the cause. Has the status of, is the cause of the universe. How it is Karana, why it is called Karana Shariram? This Maya, Ishvara, as a Upadhi of Ishvara, this Maya is called, known by the word Karana Shariram, Jagat Karana Shariram. Understand? The reason he is giving, Akhila Karanatvat. Because this Maya is the material cause of this entire universe. Everything. Akhila. Akhila Karanatvat. Okay? Due to its being the cause of this entire material universe, it gets the name Karana Shariram. Akhila Karanatvat Karana Shariram. Okay, why you have to say this Maya gets the another name was what? Karana Shariram. Karana Shariram means what? The cause of the entire universe. Then material cause of the universe. This Maya is the material cause of the universe. Then is also called Anandamaya Koshaha. Should remember who gets the name? Is it Anandamaya Koshaha is a name given to this Maya. Why it is called Anandamaya Koshaha? The reason he gives, Ananda Prachuratvat. It is Anandamayaha. This Maya is called Anandamayaha. Actually Anandamayaha. Ananda Prachuratvat. Prachuratva means it is saturated with fullness. It is saturated with the fullness, saturated with happiness. Maya is filled, it's like saying, ocean is filled with water. Can you say that? Just as ocean is filled with water. Here, the matter is saturated with happiness. Therefore, it's called Anandamayaha. Anandamayi Maya, actually speaking. But this Maya is also what? A Koshaha. It's also called Koshaha. This Maya is saturated with happiness, fullness, therefore it's called Anandamayi Maya. But still, this is called Koshaha also. This Maya, as a Karana Shariram, cause of the entire universe, and this Maya is, it's also Koshavat Achadakatvat Koshaha. It's called Koshaha. Why is it called Koshaha? Why is it called Anandamayi Maya? Isn't it? Maya is Anandamayi because it is saturated with happiness, fullness. It is called Anandamaya Koshaha. Anandamaya Koshaha it is called because Koshavat Achadakatvat. Achadakam means that which covers. A cover is called Achadakam. Just as any case covers. Suppose a case within which you put the knife. It covers, isn't it? A cover covers something, isn't it? So this Maya also covers. It covers for whom? It's a cover for whom? It does not cover Ishvara, understand? It prevents, this Maya prevents us from seeing Ishvara Swarupam. Therefore it's called Anandamaya Koshaha. See, Ajnanam covers, like the cover. It is not actually cover, it is like the cover. Just as any case covers the object, a cover covers an object, this Maya also covers. It covers Ishvara Swarupam. Avidya covers Jiva Swarupam. Maya covers Ishvara Swarupam. Which means what? We do not understand the truth of the universe. We do not understand the truth of the individual also. Isn't it? It's called. Koshavat Achadakatvat Koshaha. We have to be very careful here. I am not saying Maya is of the nature of happiness. I did not say that. Maya is saturated with the happiness, I said. Being saturated with the happiness is different from is of the nature of happiness, isn't it? Therefore, Maya is saturated with happiness. Therefore, it's called what now? Anandamaya. Mayi. But still, even though this Maya also covers. Maya covers, which is Maya? The Samashti Ajnanam, Vishuddha Sattva Pradana Prakritihi. No, this known by the word Maya covers. Covers like the cover, isn't it? Not real cover. Like the cover. Therefore, it's called Koshaha. Because of its covering nature, it's called what now? Koshaha. Anandamaya Koshaha. Now you're learning the names of Upadhi. Okay? Ishvara Upadhi. Maya has different names now. Karana Shariram. No? Anandamaya Koshaha. Then one more word. Sushuptihi. Because lot of Sanskrit words we have to use helplessly, I'm repeating so many times. Sushuptihi. What choice do we have? See, when you do this text, with avoiding all English, if we avoid all Sanskrit words and use only English terms, you will not see the beauty of it. Isn't it? You really see how Sanskritam is expressive also. Sushuptihi. Sushuptihi is a name. Sleep. Maya is also called sleep. Whose sleep? Ishvara's sleep. Ishvara's sleep. Ishvara's sleep is called what? Yoga Nidra. It's called Pralayaha. That is called Pralayaha. Sushuptihi literally means sleep. The sleep of Ishvara is always called what? Pralayaha. Mahapralayaha. Dissolution. Mahapralaya means dissolution. Okay, why is it called Sushuptihi? Why do we call this Maya? Sleep of the Lord means Yoga Nidra, Sushuptihi. Or what is Yoga Nidra? The dissolution of the entire universe. When the entire universe, when the deluge takes place, the entire universe dissolves. Dissolution of the entire universe is called what? Pralayaha. So when the entire universe dissolves, where does it go? It remains as Maya, isn't it? When the entire universe, this universe which you are experiencing now, when it is everything dissolves and resolves and remains resolved, uparamatvat, because it is the source of dissolution. Everything goes back where? Everything dissolves into what? Everything, when this pot breaks, what happens to the pot? Everything becomes finally clay, isn't it? The pot breaks, it remains as clay. See, when the whole universe dissolves, it remains as the original matter. Therefore, Maya being the original matter, material cause of the universe, when the entire universe dissolves at the time of Pralaya, entire universe becomes withdrawn in where? In Maya only, isn't it? The entire universe remains as Maya. It's called Uparamatvat, it's called Sushuptihi. So Mahapralayaha, the dissolution of the universe, when the entire universe dissolves, it remains as Maya. Any effect, when it dissolves, it remains as what? The cause. All the waves come out, all the waves dissolve, it remains as what? The water, isn't it? When the wave form and name goes, all the waves dissolve and become what? Water. Similarly, this entire universe, when dissolves, it remains as what? Just Maya. Therefore, the Maya being the source where the entire universe dissolves, universe remains, it's called Mahapralayaha. Maya is also what now? Mahapralayaha, Sushuptihi. He is going to give the reason also now. Sushuptihi Yoga Nidra. Ishvara sleep. Maya is given the name sleep of Ishvara. Lord's sleep. Understand, when you fall asleep, do you have universe? Our sleep is Nidra, isn't it? When we all fall asleep, we do not have, in deep sleep, we do not have this external world. We do not have subtle, even dream universe. It is not there, isn't it? Similarly, here, at the time of dissolution, when the entire universe dissolves also, it remains as what? Maya. For Sushuptihi. Maya is called Sushuptihi because the entire universe becomes withdrawn into it. Uparamatva, it dissolves into it, resolves in it. Anaithulagamum adil odunguvadal. Okay, that's right. Then, Stula Sukshma Prapancha Layasthanam. Layasthanam. Now it makes it very clear. Stula Sukshma. Stula means gross. Sukshma means subtle. Prapancha universe. Stula Sukshma Prapancha Layasthanam. And a place of resolution, matter is like just as any effect resolves in its cause, similarly the entire universe resolves in its cause, the Maya. This is called Layasthanam. Like water is the Layasthanam of all the waves, all the oceans. Like clay is the Layasthanam of all the pots. Like Maya is the Layasthanam of the incomprehensibly, inexplicably vast universe. Layasthanam. So matter is not created, you know very well, it cannot be destroyed also. So all this goes back, becomes what? From Maya, the universe comes into existence. Again, the universe goes back to Maya. It becomes Maya. And from the clay, the pot comes into existence. Again, when the pot breaks, it continues to exist as clay. Isn't it? Clay is not created, clay is not destroyed, isn't it? From the clay, all the earthenwares come. And all the earthenwares, when they're broken, they remain as clay. This word, therefore, clay is what now? Karanam of the pot. Clay is the cause of the pot. Karana shariram of the pot. And clay is the pralayasthanam of the pot. Is it clear? Simple example makes it very simple. Clay is the karana shariram of the pot. And clay is the pralayasthanam of the pot. Layasthanam of the pot. When the pot breaks, it resolves as the clay. And pot comes into existence also, no? Is it? From which the pot comes into existence is what? The clay as the cause. Cause now also is a place of resolution. Pralayasthanam. So what? Pralayasthanam of what? This Maya is the Pralayasthanam, place of resolution of what? Of the entire gross and subtle universes. Not only the gross universe, subtle universe, the entire, all the universe in its entirety, in subtle form and gross form, dissolves. It remains as what? Maya. And the original matter. I think it's very clear now. So now you have to remember the three names. He gives the reasons also. Three names of, look at this. Karana Shariram, Anandamaya Koshaha, then Sushuptihi, Layasthanam. 4 words you have learnt. Maya gets 4 different words. What is Maya? Maya as Ishvara Upadhi. Maya by itself cannot have any state, isn't it? Maya as Ishvara Upadhi. A woman can have status of being the mother only after marriage. Isn't it? Similarly here, we say, after she gives birth to a child, isn't it? So what do we say here? Here Maya as Ishvara Upadhi gets these names. Maya as the manifesting medium of consciousness. As Ishvara Upadhi gets these 4 names. Karana Shariram, cause of the universe. Akhila Karanatvat. Maya also gets the name what? Karana Shariram. Karana Shariram means cause of the gross and subtle universe. The entire universe. Then because Maya is inseparable from consciousness, Maya is ever saturated with the fullness, happiness. Maya is ever saturated with the happiness, fullness It's what now? Ananda Mayi. At the same time, Maya covers like the cover. Maya is covering the Ishvara Swarupam. Therefore, it's called what? Anandamaya Koshaha. Prakriti does one thing, no? It has what now? Power, capacity to cover. We are going to see that later on. Maya, Prakriti in general, it has the capacity to cover. It covers Ishvara Swarupam, it covers Jiva Swarupam also. Understand? We are going to see it later on. So because it covers the Ishvara Swarupam, it's called Koshaha, Anandamaya Koshaha. So he gives two words together. Instead of saying Anandamayi Maya, he says Anandamaya Koshaha, he says, because this Maya being saturated with the happiness, and because of its covering nature, it's called Anandamaya Koshaha. And as all the entire universe, when the entire universe dissolves, there is only Maya remains, isn't it? The entire universe dissolves means at the time of Pralayam, and everything resolves. The Maya is actually said to be what now? Sleep of Ishvara, Yoga Nidra. When all the universe is withdrawn, the entire universe is withdrawn, it's called sleep of Ishvara. Then Pralayasthanam, Sukshma, Sthula, Sukshma, Prapancha Layasthanam. It's called Layasthanam, is another word, because the entire universe, a place of dissolution, means what now? The place of dissolution of the gross and the subtle universe means everything when it dissolves, it remains as matter. Cause of the effect and the Pralayasthanam of the effect. That's the meaning. Is it clear? So, iti cha uchyate. Now you have learnt the names of the Upadhi. When you get back home, you have to remember all these words. Why Upadhi, Maya, as Ishvara Upadhi gets these different names. The beauty of this text is the teacher explains why this name comes. Now, Ananda Prachuratvat, Koshavatachadakatvat, Anandamaya Koshaha. Sarva Uparamatvat, Sushuptihi. He gives the reason also. Reason for each name he gives. Got it? Okay. With this, we have completed Samashti Ajnanam. Now we are going to enter into the Vyashti Ajnanam. How you understood Samashti Ajnanam? We started with Maya, Samashti Ajnanam. Then it's called Samashti Ajnanam is Maya, and Maya as a manifesting medium, Vishwara, it gets different names. We saw all that. And we're going to see this Vyashti Ajnanam. Yatha Vanasya Vyashti Abhiprayena Vrikshaha Iti Anekatva Vyapadesho Yathava Jalashayasya Vyashti Abhiprayena Jalani Iti Tatha Ajnanasya Vyashti Abhiprayena Tad Anekatva Vyapadeshaha Indro Mayabhihi Pururupa Iyate. ityadi shrutehe. Okay. Now he is defining this vyashti ajnanam. What is vyashti ajnanam? Already we have seen, he makes it very clear. Yatha vanasya. First he makes it very clear. Just as the forest is a singular word, isn't it? Forest is a singular word. But even though it's a singular word, what is implied by the singular word is what? Collection of many, many, many trees in one given area. Isn't it? So he says, vrikshaha iti anekatva vyapadeshaha. So just as forest is one singular word used to mean the collection of many trees together, similarly, which means what now we can say that what is one single tree then? Vrikshaha. Isn't it? The vanam, which is collectively known as the forest, no? Collectively, collection of many trees constitute this vanam, forest. So one tree is what? One tree is a vyashtihi. Vrikshaha, one tree is vyashtihi. And the samashti is vanam. One tree is vyashtihi, vanam is samashtihi, forest is samashtihi. Vrikshaha vyashtihi, vanam samashtihi. One tree vyashtihi, forest samashtihi. It's only a different view, isn't it? Similar, which means what? They're all one and the same. There's no difference. Similarly, the reservoir of water is there, jalashayaha. And the same jalashaya, huge reservoir of water, can be simply said what? Reservoir of water can be simply say little water. How do you say? Water. You use the term water to mean even a term, water in a cup is also water. Water in a pot is also water. Water in a tank is also water, isn't it? But when do you call it ocean? The water, in a huge amount of water together as a reservoir of water. You don't call it water, isn't it? You don't simply call water. You say ocean. You call it ocean because it's a huge amount of water, like reservoir of water. Otherwise, simply don't, when you bring water in a cup or a pot, do you say ocean? Do you say reservoir of water? No, you just use the term water. When do you use the term water? When do you use the term reservoir or ocean? Is it same water? In a small amount, you call it what? Water. The same water, in a big, huge amount, what do you call it? Ocean or reservoir. Is it clear? Similarly, he says here, the vyashti ajnanam also. Same ajnanam, what is collectively known as samashtihi, obtaining in a given individual, one individual, is called what now? Vyashtihi. See, one and the same only matter, obtaining in an individual, is called vyashtihi. It's like water obtaining in a small form is called a wave. The water obtaining in a huge form is called ocean. Isn't it? Similarly here, the prakriti obtaining in an individual is called vyashtihi. Obtaining in all the individual collectively is called samashtihi. which has already been explained, but he repeats, so I am repeating. Now, he gives that, therefore, Vyapadeshaha means here the reference. What is referred to as wave and what is referred to as ocean? What is referred to as tree and when all that is together referred to by one as one word forest. Similarly, the matter alone obtaining in an individual is referred to as what? Vyashtihi. This is called Vyashti. Now, Indraha Mayabihi Pururupa Iyate. This is he uses the quotation here from Rigveda. He says it is not, I am not simply saying it myself. This exact, but no. Here Indraha does not mean the Lord of Devas. Indraha here means Ishvaraha, Bhagavan, Paramatma. Indra means the Lord with this power of Maya appears in many forms. The Lord alone, Lord appears as many, being manifest in this Maya, manifest in this Avidya. Okay. Which means what? Avidya and Maya are not different. Okay. Collectively is called Maya. The matter collectively is called Maya. Individually is known by the word Avidya. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Now, we here say Atra Vyasta Samasta Vyapitvena Vyashti Samashtita Vyapadeshaha. He repeats, makes it very clear again. See, Vyashti Samashti Vyapadesha. See, this one Prakriti is referred to as Vyashti and Samashti in keeping with the pervasiveness. Okay? The totally pervasive matter is called Samashtihi. Individually pervasive matter is called Vyashtihi. That's all. Now, he gives a name. Now, what we have already learnt, he is explaining here. See, I have already explained to you. What I have already told you is going to come here now, in the text. Iyam Vyashtihi Nikrishta Upadhitaya Malina Sattva Pradhana. Now he gives the name. See, Vyashtihi alone, not Utkrishta Upadhi, isn't it? Being the collectiveness makes the Maya Utkrishta Upadhi. Non-collectiveness makes the Avidya Nikrishta Upadhi, inferior Upadhi. The inferiority of Maya, superiority of Maya or inferiority of Avidya is based on the collectiveness and non-collectiveness. Is it clear? Nothing. That is Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana, and this is called what now? Malina Sattva Pradhana. So Maya is Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, and Avidya is Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. Vyashtihi Avidya is what? Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. And because of the non-collectiveness, okay, is called what? It is Nikrishta Upadhihi. It is said to be, it is also Upadhi, but it is inferior Upadhi. Okay, now, Yetad Upahitam Chaitanyam Alpagyatvat. Sorry, Alpagyatva Anishwaratvadi Gunakam Prajnaha Ityuchyate Yeka Ajnana Avabhasakatvat. Okay. Now, having now moved on from that Vyashti Ajnanam Nikrishta Upadhihi. Now, Upadhi is also Upadhi, isn't it? This Vyashti Ajnanam is also manifesting medium, isn't it? So, Vyashti Upadhi. And this is what now? Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi. Is now, here the consciousness, the same, one and the same consciousness, manifest in this Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi or Vyashti Ajnanam, otherwise called Avidya. See, this author has not yet introduced the words of Avidya and Maya, but I just made it very easy for you, isn't it? To make for you to understand easily. Because this I use from other textbooks, no? Textbooks like Panchadeshi makes it very clear. So I used that, the words here. This consciousness manifest in this Avidya Upadhihi is what now? Jivaha. Is it? Jivaha is okay. But Jiva also, what now? Has what now? Alpagyatvam. Alpagyatvam. Alpagyatvam means what not? That's Sarvagyatvam, isn't it? A consciousness gets the Jiva status here. The consciousness associated with this Avidya is Jivaha. And this Jiva here mainly has the name now. Different names, like how Ishvara has different names, here are Jiva also has many names here. Look at this. Jiva also has attributes. See, consciousness has no attributes. Ishvara has attributes, now Jiva has attributes. Isn't it? When associated, the consciousness associated with the Prakriti only gets this status. What status? Ishvara status, the Maya Upadhi, collective Upadhi. And then with the individual Upadhi, Avidya Upadhi, Jiva status. Once you have the Jiva status comes, then you have certain attributes. That as with the Ishvara status, consciousness, associated with the Samashti Upadhi, Maya Upadhi, gets the Ishvara status and here Jiva status. As a Ishvara status, he has what now? All the attributes of what now? All-knowing, omniscient, law and order, ordainer of fruits of actions. Antaryami. All those status it had. Now here, what status Jiva gets? Look at this. Alpagyatvat, Anishwaratvadi Gunakam. Alpagyaha, not all knowing, but Alpagyaha means little knowing. It means the Jiva, the consciousness having the Jiva status associated with the Avidya Upadhi, individual Upadhi, having the Jiva status has the attributes. What attributes here? Not Sarvagyaha, not all-knowing. Alpagyaha. Alpagyaha means the one who is of limited knowledge. Not all knowledge, limited knowledge. Jiva is said to be Alpagyaha, the one who is of limited knowledge. Little knowledge. not all knowledge, not total knowledge. Then we already saw Ishvara has the overlordship, isn't it? Ishvara has the status of being the Lord, but as the ruler. And here Jiva has the status of being the ruled. Is it? Anishvara status. Anishvara state, not being the Lord. Not being the Lord means what? Being the slave. I don't want to say the slave here. You can say Anishvara means the individual, the ruled status, isn't it? Jiva becomes the one who is ruled over. Slave. So these are the attributes of the Jiva. And this Jiva, who has these attributes as Alpajnaha, little knowing, the one who is limited knowledge, the one who is the slave, not the Lord. This Jiva, with these attributes, he is known as Prajnaha. Now, Prajnaha means, he says, Eka Ajnana Avabhasakatvat. It illumines, now why? Because, why consciousness, obtaining as Jiva, illumines what? Not Sarva Avabhasakam. It does not illumine as the consciousness associated with the Jiva Upadhi, Avidya Upadhi, is capable of illumining only Eka Ajnana Avabhasakatvat. It illumines only what now? It illumines only the ignorance obtaining in a given individual. Consciousness obtaining in this, associated with the Avidya Upadhi, Jiva Upadhi, illumines only individual ignorance, not the total ignorance, as Jiva, isn't it? Consciousness as a Jiva illumines only individual Ajnanam, ignorance, not the total matter, isn't it? With this Upadhi, it's only this much. It's like if there is a sun above, remember, the sun is there. Sun is one. Sunlight is one. And there are two different houses. Both the houses are in pitch darkness. I mean, inside the house, there is no light. And in front of the house, in the entrance, there is an entrance to enter into the house. Okay? At the entrance of the house, you keep a mirror. In front of the huge entrance, you keep a big mirror. In front of the small house, small entrance, you keep a small mirror. And both mirrors reflect the light, reflect the sunlight. So that huge mirror illumines the big house, isn't it? The small mirror illumines the small house. Is it clear? The big mirror in front of the big house illumines the big house. The small mirror in front of the small house illumines the small house. Like this, here also, this avidya, consciousness, sun is the same, isn't it? One and the same sunlight illumines the small house as well as the big house, through the big mirror and small mirror. So there's a difference on the part of the sunlight, but the difference in mirror. Huge mirror, small mirror. The huge mirror illumines the huge area. Small mirror illumines the small area, the small house. Similarly here, Maya Upadhi, consciousness manifest in Maya Upadhi, illumines the entire material world. And consciousness manifest in, isn't it? The entire material universe. Manifest in individual Upadhi illumines only individual ignorance, individual, the matter. Is it clear? This is why Nikrishtatvam and Utkrishtatvam, superiority, inferiority, is based on what now? Collectiveness and non-collectiveness. Sattva pradhana, malina pradhana. So Maya is predominantly sattvic and avidya is predominantly rajasic. That's why it's called malina sattva pradhana. We saw in the very beginning, the matter is of three gunas. Sattva gunaha, rajo gunaha, tamo gunaha. And Maya and avidya, both are what now? One and the same matter. But what is the difference here? Maya is predominantly sattvic matter. Avidya is predominantly rajasic matter. So it is called what? Malina sattva pradhana prakritihi. So predominantly sattvic matter is called Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana. Predominantly rajasic is called Malina Sattva Pradhana. Now you have to see the difference. Now we'll do the whole thing now. It will become very clear. The word prajnaha has two explanations. Prakarshena janati iti prajnaha. That which illumines, is also called prajna. But here he says, prayena ajnaha. Prayena ajnaha means almost ignorant. Mean what now? It has very little knowledge. Because of the dullness of the matter, the illumining capacity is also little. Because of the brightness of the manifesting medium, their illumination is brighter. See, brighter illumination and then dull, slightly dull illumination. What is the difference? Suppose when you see your face, your face is, suppose the mirror is dusty, the mirror is clean. Both are mirrors. No? Dusty mirror and a clean mirror. In clean mirror you have bright reflection. In a dusty mirror you have a dull reflection. Dull reflection, isn't it? The same way here also. There Ishvara has what now? Sarvajñatvam. Here Prajna has Alpajñatvam, of very limited knowledge. He's going to explain that here. Asya Prajñatvam Aspashta Upadhitaya Anati Prakashakatvat. Why is this jiva, why is this consciousness associated with the avidya known as jiva is called prajnaha? Prajnaha because of its association with the manifesting medium or inferior manifesting medium. Okay? It has the capacity to illumine very little. It cannot illumine totally. That is why your knowledge is what? There is knowledge, I am, in all of us, isn't it? The knowledge is what? I am. But there's no knowledge, what I am. Is half knowledge, isn't it? It's called Anatiprakashaha. Atiprakashaha means the total manifestation is called Atiprakashaha. Isn't it? Half manifestation is Anatiprakashaha. I am consciousness. I am Brahman. If this knowledge is there, then you can say total manifestation, which is called Atiprakashaha. So Ishvara has Atiprakashaha, whereas Pragya has only Anatiprakashaha. Anatiprakashaha means not total manifestation. The consciousness is not manifest totally in avidya. The consciousness is manifest totally in Ishvara. Totally, as Ishvara, there's total manifestation. As Jiva, there's only half manifestation. Half manifestation means, how do you understand what is half manifestation, total manifestation? See, when consciousness is manifest in Maya, there is total manifestation, means there is to Purna Jnanam. Purna Jnanam. Ishvaraha Purna Jnanavan. I am and what I am, the knowledge is total in Ishvara. Whereas in Jiva, the knowledge is what? Only half knowledge. I am is there, but I am, what I am is not there, isn't it? This half knowledge is called Anatiprakashaha. Total knowledge is called Atiprakashaha or Purna Jnanam, Purna Prakashaha. Ardha Prakasha, Purna Prakasha. Isn't it? Got it? So in Pragya, that is the reason. Asya api ahankaradi karanatvat karana shariram ananda prachuratvat koshavat achadakatvat cha anandamaya koshaha sarva uparamatvat sushuptihi ataeva sthula sukshma sharira prapancha layasthanam iti cha uchyate. Okay. Now this avidya also has different names. Now you know, so Vyashti Ajnanam, this Vyashti Ajnanam, otherwise called what now? Malina Sattva Pradhana, Malina Sattva Pradhana Prakritihi, or Raja Pradhana Prakritihi, otherwise called avidya, as Upadi, Jiva Upadi. It's a Jiva Upadi, isn't it? As Jiva Upadi, it also gets the name. Upadi also has the name. We saw conscious name of Jivas first, no? We saw Jivas names earlier as Alpagyaha, etc. Now we are seeing Jiva Upadi names. Avidya also has different names, Upadi names. Avidya Upadi has different names now. Look at this. Ahankaradi karanatvat karana shariram. Avidya is also called karana shariram. Like how Maya is also called karana shariram, avidya is also called karana shariram. But Maya is the karana shariram because Maya is the cause of the subtle, gross, the entire universe. And avidya is also karanashayaram, causal. It's called karanashayaram, causal body, because avidya is the cause of the ahankara adi. Avidya is the cause for what? Ahankaraha. The ego. What is that from which ego has come into existence, isn't it? For the ego to be there must be some cause, isn't it? The cause of ego, and you can say all the mind, Sukshma Shariram, Sthula Shariram, you can say all that. So Ahankara, and all the Ahankara Adi means Ahankaraha, then Asha, desires, emotions, for all of them. What all you have? Fear, anxiety, jealousy, hatred, anger, desires, passion, aversion, then ahankara, ego. For all of them, they are there means what is the cause? So avidya is the cause. Okay, avidya is the cause. This your cause, therefore it's called karana shariram. Then ananda prachuratva. That this avidya is also associated with avidya as the upadhi, associated with what? No, consciousness associated with the avidya also. Therefore, as jiva upadhi, this avidya is also saturated with anandaha, happiness. See, matter is what? With the inseparably with the consciousness. Therefore, whether maya or avidya, both of them are what now? Saturated with fullness, happiness. And this avidya also, like the cover, it's cover like a cover, isn't it? Like the cover, it covers the jiva swarupam. It covers the swarupam of the real nature of jiva, isn't it? Therefore, it is also called anandamaya koshaha. This avidya also gets the name anandamaya koshaha. See, Ishvara, Maya Upadhi covers Ishvara Swarupam. Therefore, it is, we call it that Ishvara Ananda Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha of Ishvara. Means, for us, for a Jiva, it covers the Ishvara, Jiva Swarupam as well as Ishvara Swarupam. That's why it's Anandamaya Kosha. Then, Sarva Uparamatvat Sushuptihi. And in sleep, what happens? In deep sleep state, this avidya alone is, in deep sleep state, what is there for you? In deep sleep state, what do you experience? Without knowing you're experiencing in deep sleep state what? Avidya. When do you experience avidya? In deep sleep state. Isn't it? Therefore, that is deep sleep state is also what? Sushuptihi. The avidya is also called what? Sushuptihi, deep sleep. In deep sleep, what happens? Why it's called Sushupti? Because it is non-functional. Non-functional means there is no gross universe, there is no experience of the gross universe, there is no experience of the subtle universe, there is neither dream nor the gross world, isn't it? Sushuptihi. Then, Sthula Sukshma Sharira Prapancha Layasthanam iti cha uchyate. In deep sleep state, every time you fall asleep, there is no subtle body for you, there is no gross body for you, isn't it? The gross body and subtle body resolve where? In avidya. It's called layasthanam. So the place of resolution. In sleep, subtle body is also not there for you. The gross body is also not there for you. And in the externally perceived gross universe also is not there for you, isn't it? So, avidya is the layasthanam, a place of resolution of gross subtle bodies and the gross subtle universes also. Layasthanam. Is it clear? What is that? We are going to see that now. So before we enter into the next topic, I am not going to enter the next topic now. I want to make it very clear. Even though I repeated lots of words, many times I repeated. Let us see this as 5 different factors. And the whole thing what we have read today. Brahman, a pure consciousness, is what? Nirupadhikam. Nirupadhikam Brahma Chaitanyam. Pure consciousness without any upadhis is factor number 1. You understand it. Remember that now. Then, Sopadikaha Ishvaraha. Sopadikaha Ishvaraha means what? Sopadikaha Ishvaraha means consciousness with Maya Upadhi is Ishvara. Consciousness with Maya Upadhi is Ishvaraha. Then we have Upadhi separately. So pure consciousness, consciousness with the Upadhi, and just the Upadhi separately, Maya. Maya Upadhi. See four things now. Consciousness, consciousness with Maya Upadhi, Sopadikaha Ishvaraha, then Maya Upadhi separately. Similarly, we have to say other one. Say pure consciousness with Sopadikaha Jivaha. Sopadikaha Ishvaraha, Sopadikaha Jivaha. So Nirupadikam Brahma, Sopadikaha Ishvaraha, Sopadikaha Jivaha, then Ishvara Upadhi separately Maya, then Jiva Upadhi Avidya. Now, which has beginning, which does not have beginning? You have to ask this. Nirupadikam Brahma Chaitanyam is anadihi, beginningless. Nirupadikam Brahma Chaitanya means pure consciousness without the upadhi is beginningless, has no beginning, anadihi. Because Ishvara and Jiva happen to be 2 different names of one and the same consciousness, Ishvara also has no beginning, Jiva also has no beginning. Anadihi. There are only 2 different names of one and the same consciousness. Therefore, Ishvara also is Anadihi. Jivaha is also Anadihi. Why? There are 2 different names. is it given to consciousness in keeping with the associated with the upadhis, isn't it? The matter. No beginning. Okay. Now what do we have now? Upadhi we have. Maya Upadhi and Avidya, both are what originally? Prakriti. Ajnanam, isn't it? Samashti, Vyashti, the same Prakriti. Prakriti also has what? No beginning. What has beginning now? Prakriti has no beginning. Maya has no beginning. Avidya has, don't say Avidya has, okay? Avidya also has no beginning. Why? Avidya and Maya are originally one and the same Prakriti. Ajnanam has no beginning. Ishvara has no beginning. Jiva has no beginning. Brahma Chaitanyam has no beginning. Isn't it? So what you have understood now? So Nirupadikam Chaitanyam Brahma, pure consciousness without the Upadhi. Consciousness with Jiva, Maya and Avidya Upadhis. Ishvara and Jiva also has no beginning. Then we have what now? Maya and Avidya, two Upadhis. So two Upadhis, two statuses of the one the same consciousness and pure consciousness. Of all the five, nothing has beginning, isn't it? 5 factors. But all the 4 factors have to be negated as mithya. Pure Nirupadikam Chaitanyam Brahma Satyam. Ishvara's status is mithya. Jiva's status is mithya. Maya Upadhi is mithya. Jiva Upadhi is mithya. The matter is mithya. Matter is mithya. Matter, I already said, Prakriti. Because I didn't want to use only Sanskrit words, okay? So I just thought let me use the word matter. The matter in its original form, okay, has no beginning. Is anadi. But it is mithya. Why is it mithya? It has no independent existence. That is why we don't say it is something non-existent, like a rabbit's horn. Is there matter or not? Matter is not like a rabbit's horn. It is not non-existent. It is not tucham. It is mithya. It is as though. Therefore it is mithya. It has no independent existence. Therefore it will be called as though. Mithya. What about the Ishvara's status then? Ishvara's status is mithya. Jiva's status is mithya. What is Satyam then? Consciousness, pure consciousness. Nirupadikam Chaitanyam Brahma Satyam. Ishvara's status mithya, Jiva's status mithya. 2 different statuses attributed to consciousness. In association with the upadhis. Is it clear? Manifesting medium. The manifesting media, both Maya and Upadhi, happen to be one and the same matter, Prakriti. It's also Anadi, isn't it? Anadi, beginningless. Therefore, matter is also what? Prakriti. Maya Upadhi is Anadi. Avidya Upadhi is Anadi, beginningless, but still mithya. Is it clear? Clear or not? I said so many words today. I tell you what would have what would have been little difficult was for you. Anandamaya koshaha. We use this for both Maya and Avidya. See what it does is these koshas. Why Maya is called koshaha? Avidya is koshaha. It does not cover Ishvara, okay? Ishvara's vision is not covered here. It covers Ishvara Swarupam. Maya covers Ishvara Swarupam. We are not able to see what is Swarupam of Ishvara. We do not know Swarupam of Jivas. I do not know my own Swarupam. I do not know the truth of the world also. It's called. That is why this Maya is also Upadhi, the Koshaha. And then with Avidya is also Koshaha. Is it clear? Koshaha means a sheath, a cover. And both Maya and Avidya, both Upadhis, being associated with one and the same consciousness, isn't it? Maya is manifesting medium for what? Consciousness. Avidya is manifesting medium for what? Same consciousness, isn't it? Therefore, what consciousness is of the nature of fullness. Therefore, being the manifesting medium of consciousness, Maya is saturated with fullness, happiness. Avidya is also saturated with happiness. Therefore, this Maya and Avidya both are said to be what? Anandamaya koshaha. And both cover the Swarupam of Ishvara as well as Swarupam of the Jiva. The truth of the Jiva is status. The Swarupam of Jiva is what? Consciousness. Ishvara Swarupam is what? Consciousness. Isn't it? The Ishvara Swarup, the truth of what is that which enjoys the status of being Ishvara is consciousness. What is that which enjoys the status of being the Jiva is consciousness. The truth of Jiva and Ishvara is consciousness. That truth of Ishvara being consciousness, truth of Jiva being consciousness is covered by what? Maya and Avidya. That is why Koshavat Achadakatvat Koshaha. Okay? And both become the Karana Shariram. Maya is the material cause of the entire universe. The entire universe, the time of Pralayam, the dissolve also, the entire cosmos, gross and subtle universe have to dissolve where? Only as Maya. The universe unmanifest is Maya. Maya manifest is this universe. Is it clear? Clay manifest is, made is pot. Pot reduced is what? Clay. So universe reduced is Maya. Maya, is it? Projected is what? Universe. It is what we say, Karanam Pralayasthanam. Similarly, the Avidya is the Karanam for the Ahankara. Why there is ego? Why there is sense of smallness centered on I? Why there is, then desire, anger, hatred, all of them. Avidya is the cause, therefore Karana Shariram. Is it clear now? What I told last became very clear, isn't it? So many words you are hearing. So we'll all get the notes, okay? With some table, we'll put and we'll hand you the notes. Become very clear. We'll continue next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.